Hi, I'm Alex Topazzo, insurance agent and vice president here at Topazzo and Associates Insurance. And today, in part two of how much insurance costs, we're going to tackle personal lines. These are basically the types of policies you'd buy for your personal as opposed to your business, which is what we talked about in part one. The three most popular lines of coverage that you need to buy for yourself are homeowners insurance, auto insurance, and umbrella, and we're going to tackle them one at a time. Homeowners insurance, the number one factor as far as the cost of your premium is the coverage A, or the dwelling limit. Now, that sounds fancy, but at the end of the day, it's how much it'll cost to rebuild your building. So the more building you have, the more it costs to rebuild, the higher the insurance is going to be. Other things like other structures, personal property, loss of use, those things are percentages of coverage A. So as long as you have coverage A set, the rest will fall into place. Two factors that are kind of interesting about the cost of homeowners insurance that may surprise you are the windstorm mitigation credits and credit. Windstorm mitigation credits, which is really important here in Florida, are basically how well your home will fare after a hurricane, how close you are to the current building code. So if things like shutters, a new roof, stronger impact windows, depending on how your home is built, these factors could lower your premium up to 50%. So if you're considering making changes, go ahead and look into it because it's a long-term premium savings for you. The credit affects your premium based on the carrier. Now, they don't use the same FICO score that you would use when you were going to a bank to obtain a credit card. But they do use within your credit certain factors that the carrier can see that would make you a long-term good risk. And so those two things can affect your premium pretty wildly. Auto insurance shares a lot of the same type of factors that homeowners insurance does. Basically, geographic location, age of the vehicle, so on and so forth, they can all affect the cost of the premium. The two things that are most different are obviously the vehicle itself as opposed to a home, because the value of the vehicle is important, but the type of vehicle is even more important. Sports cars are, cost more liability and physical damage than, say, do, regular two-door coupes or four-door coupes. Bentleys are more expensive, obviously, than Honda Civic. The drivers are also quite different in the sense that, the age, their driving experience, their driving records, all can have a serious effect on the auto insurance coverage. That's a very big difference from the homeowner's coverage. Lastly, probably the most misunderstood insurance that there is out there is umbrella insurance. Now, umbrella is misunderstood because most people think, based on the name, that it covers over everything. And that's not quite exactly what it does. An umbrella policy, all it really does is it raises the limits on your underlying policies. The underlying policies is basically your other insurance policies. So if you have a homeowner's policy, you have an auto liability policy, those two policies limits are probably capped out at either $300,000 or $500,000. If you wanted to raise those limits above that, an umbrella policy is how you do it. So the umbrella policy would raise your limit to $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, really whatever it is that you need. Interesting fact about umbrella insurance is that if your underlying policy is not listed there, then you have no coverage for that. So let's use an example of a boat, because a lot of people have them and don't necessarily insure them. If you have a watercraft or a boat and you have no liability insurance on it, even if you had an umbrella, there'd be no coverage for it. But if you did have liability insurance of, say, $300,000, your umbrella would raise the limit as long as it was listed. Thank you very much for taking the time for the video today. I appreciate it very much. Please check depozitoinsurance.com/answers for more videos. Thank you.